Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 7 Finale Rick Recap. Like a lot of Walking Dead fans, when I started watching, I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was going to be just another zombie hack and slash, but the more I watched, the more I got addicted to the character development and what the writers were doing with the characters and the behaviors. So to stay true with that, I'm transitioning a lot of my spoilers and recaps to character-specific perspectives. So I hope you guys like the new format as we dig into the psyche of Rick Grimes. So we'll start out with Rick, and it's always a matter of trust with Rick, and it starts out with the first scene with Dwight when he says to Dwight he could just be here to see if Daryl was here. And then when he hears Dwight talk about his plan to get to Negan, he says keep talking. So even though Rick is initially skeptical, he actually does open up and he goes along with the plan. But the very next day, it's a brand new day, Rick. So we get Jadis and the scavengers roll up. And this was pretty interesting because when Jadis walked up, she says, "This is what you fight for." And Rick says, "No, we fight for each other and you're a part of that now." So everything he's seen with Jadis up to this point makes him believe that he can trust her, but it got awkward in a hurry. So Jadis, this was an epic moment when Jadis looked at Michonne and says, "You with him?" And she says, "I lay with him after you care." Rick sort of walked backwards, and it was time to get back to work. But that wasn't the only awkward moment. There was a little bit of humor kind of mixed in several scenes. So Rick was shocked when he found out Eugene is Negan, and then he got concerned all of a sudden. He had to weigh the balance of, do I blow Eugene up or do I give him another chance? Previously, we know that Rick had looked down at Rosita and said, "I will give you the signal when it's time." Rosita goes to hit the button, and we know there was no earth-shattering kaboom. This was very awkward when you go to duck, and there's no explosion. So that's not the only surprise Rick had to deal with. As he was kneeling down, he reaches around to get his gun, turns around, and finds out that Jadis and the scavengers have completely turned on them. Evidently, Tamiel had followed the Saviors back to the sanctuary and made a better deal with Negan. Could it get any worse? Absolutely. Eugene was not alone. We found out that Negan was watching the whole time. Negan gives Rick a little bit of a speech and says, "This story is about you." We also find out that Negan brought Sasha along. Rick says, okay, he's thinking about making a deal because Negan says Lucille's going to get one. Let me see Sasha. He opens the door and we do find Sasha, so the ultimate surprise. Had to throw that in there for all of you. But quickly we go to plan B and plan C. One thing about Rick is he's quick about thinking on his feet. He turns to Jadis when all the chaos is ensuing and says, "We can make another deal." Even though he just got betrayed, he tries to make another deal with Jadis. I take it it's a no. She shoots him and kicks him off to the side. So plan B doesn't work, but he still has plan C. Remember, Michonne is up on higher ground. You can see the sights pointing at Jadis. So in the back of Rick's mind, he still thinks he has something to fall back on. Michonne is always going to have his back. And I think that's why Rick keeps faith. We get to lineup number 2, and they don't look like they're in panic mode. They've been through it before, so I guess they're a little bit more conditioned to it. Even Carl looks up at Negan and says, "You're not going to win." Rick seems to have that calmness that he gets from Carl, but the whole time he's still looking around. He looks, where's Daryl? Where's Michonne? It does appear that Rick is waiting for the cavalry. He doesn't know where it's going to come from, but he does have faith, and I love this eye contact. I thought this was epic. The writers gave Rick his confidence back that was lacking the whole season, and he says, "You can do it right here in front of me. You can take my hands, but I'm going to kill you. Not today, not tomorrow." But he does say he's going to do it, and then he whispers to Negan, "You guys are all already dead." But Rick still needs a break, and he finally gets the break at the lowest possible moment. And where's it going to come from? Well, it's not Michonne after all. It is in the form of Shiva. Shiva jumps out of nowhere right when Negan is taking his backswing and just starts mauling people. Rick and Carl able to roll away, grab a couple guns. The war starts to ensue. You see Jerry in the background. Their friends are all there to help them out. And what was great about this is even though the battle's going on, Morgan has to save Rick. There was a savior or scavenger had the gun pointed right at Rick. Morgan knocks the gun out of their hand and then stabs him in the neck. So it appears that all is well, at least for now. Very touching moment between Rick, Carl, and Michonne, where she's trying to say, "We're the ones who live." She can't even say it. She's beaten up so badly. Rick tries to help her. He's like trying to nurse her back to health. And it looks like her and Rosita are recovering gradually. And then I thought this scene was great at the very end. You get to see basically the 3 leaders, the 3 rulers, Ezekiel, Rick, and Maggie. They're all going to have to work together. They're all going to have to really, really pool their resources in order to take down Negan, because we saw the Saviors very large group when Negan was given that speech at the end, moving into season number 8. So thanks everyone for watching. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments. This is Rick's perspective. We will have other perspectives throughout the week. We'll get into Daryl. We'll talk about Ezekiel and a few other people that we didn't get with the spoilers. This is The Walking Dead Season 7 Finale Rick Recap Edition. My name's Killshot. Give this video a thumbs up and look for more live streams, more spoilers, and more recaps coming at you guys very soon. Peace.